All right, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I seriously appreciate you tuning in today. We are back here in my 2006 Nissan 350z, and we are headed for another morning cruise. It is about 7:30 a.m. right now, and as you can tell, it's kind of hazy out. It's a little misty still. It's kind of clearing over there, but I thought we'd go on a little cruise just because there's nobody out and it's super cool out in the morning. Probably the best time to drive the car. What temperature we got? 49 degrees. All right, so roll these up for a second. Real quick, I just wanted to update you guys on how the gas is doing. It's been, what, 4 days, I think. It's been exactly 4 days, and we're down to just under half a tank, like a hair under half a tank. When we filled this thing, so the trip A said 618 miles, 0.6, and now it says 744.8. So one sec, you'll have to let me do the math real quick. I am going through Jack in the Box though, because I'm craving a strawberry Dr. Pepper. I don't know if you guys know, but like the strawberry Dr. Pepper over at Jack in the Box, probably not very good for breakfast, but you know, I'm craving it for some reason. I'm craving it. Anyways, so we've gone 126 miles on just over half a tank. That means we could probably expect on a total full tank about 235 miles till empty. That's basically what this meter said to us right when we filled it up. So I was actually curious to see if this meter was extremely accurate or not. And it's actually more accurate than I thought it was going to be. So right now it says we have 135 miles till empty. I would say that's about right. I'd say with a half tank, I probably get about that many miles. So we'll have to see though. I'll update you guys. I'll update you guys in a few days here once we run out. Probably by the time I post the next video, I'll be pretty much out of gas, headed to the gas station again. So definitely look for that video soon. But right now we just pulled up to Jack in the Box. So you know what we have to do. Get the strawberry Dr. Pepper, of course. Can I just get a medium strawberry Dr. Pepper? All right, success. Cheers, you guys, cheers. Oh yes. Now, a lot of people would say that's a lot of sugar first thing in the morning, and you're definitely not wrong whatsoever. It's also a lot of caffeine right in the morning. Also not wrong. Okay, so the weirdest thing happened when I was sitting there in the drive-thru. I had to do some Googling. So I was sitting here in the car and I had the heat running, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the heat just stopped blowing warm. So I did a Google search just to see as to why this could be happening. And so it turns out, I didn't know much about how cars heat the inside of the cabin. And a lot of people probably know this information, but if you don't, I'll let you in on a secret. It uses the engine heat to heat the inside of the car, right? Pretty amazing. Like, there's not very much energy lost inside of an engine. So instead of that heat just dissipating into the air, they actually have this thing called a heater core inside the engine bay. And basically how it works is when you turn the heat on, it opens up a valve and it allows a lot of your coolant to actually flow through the heater core and produces heat inside the cabin. Super efficient way to produce heat inside the cabin for basically free, because I mean, you have to cool the car anyway, so I think it makes a lot of sense. So I think we might be low on coolant. I'm actually gonna get out and check here in a second, but if that's the case, we need to head over to O'Reilly Auto Parts right now and buy some. I was Googling, and one way it said you can see if you are out of coolant or not is if you start driving again, you'll have more pressure in the water pump to, like, you know, push the coolant around, so you'll have a little bit more power to get that water into the heater core. So your heat should actually work while you're driving around. And sure enough, I can feel the heat now when I'm driving around. So I think honestly we're just a little low on coolant, which is a little scary because I don't know if we're leaking coolant anywhere. I have not seen any coolant being leaked. So the only other thing I can think of is that we're burning coolant, but I don't think that's the case either. So a lot of coolants need to actually be diluted with distilled water. So, oh, are you serious? So we're almost to O'Reilly Auto Parts right now, but like I was saying, if we come to a complete stop, the car actually doesn't produce heat anymore. So right now it's actually getting cooler as we sit here, but once we start going again, it'll push more coolant through the heater core and then we have more heat again. I'm just really fascinated by how cars work, you guys. Like, I just think that is so cool, how they get everything to work together so perfectly. We're gonna flip it right here. I'm gonna turn it in. So I'm gonna park over here by O'Reilly's and I'm gonna jump out and see if I could check the coolant level. All right, guys, let's check it out. Okay, so these are all coolant hoses, right? And then down here, so this is the coolant overflow tank, basically. It's right halfway below min and max. I think it needs a little bit more. So I'm just gonna add some to this. It looks blue. All right, you guys, I'm gonna run in, grab some pre-diluted coolant because I don't have any distilled water with me. And we're just gonna fill it up, or not fill it up, but just get it right underneath the max line. I don't want it to get completely full. So just right underneath the max line is gonna be good. And then we should be good to go. All right, guys, so here's the coolant, $24. Cannot buy a quart of it, so you have to buy a gallon, even though we need seriously this much. I'm not actually gonna be bleeding the system right now. If this doesn't actually fix the issue, then I will be bleeding the system and I'll be making a video for you guys. Just right now, I'm gonna be just adding some to the coolant overflow tank, which is gonna be right here. As you can tell, I don't know if you could see earlier, but the coolant level has already dropped since we turned the car off. So when your car's actually cold and it hasn't been running, the coolant should be sitting near the low mark. And then as your car gets warm and is up to temperature, then it should be towards the high mark or the max level. And this is kind of how you can tell where your coolant level is, between the high and low. As the car cools down, the level of coolant is actually going to go back down towards the low. So what I need to do right now is I'm only going to put just a little bit in there. I don't want to put too much. Boom. All right, you guys, check it out. Honda, Hyundai, Nissan, Subaru, Varex, by Valvoline, Asian vehicle coolant, 50/50, pre-diluted, blue, pretty much all the good stuff, you know. I'm gonna get my funnel. Don't wanna mess this up, you know. Oh, the funnel's not gonna fit, you guys. Am I gonna be able to do this without spilling it? That's the question. Is this possible? Absolutely not. Maybe I can just hold it here. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold it there. Min, let's get a little bit more. All right, spilled a little bit, nothing to worry about. All right, you guys, so I don't know if you can see, but the coolant level is a lot higher than where it was. Obviously, that's pretty simple. You just add some coolant in there. Ooh, that's hot. You can tell it's steaming. All right, you guys, so, I mean, that is as simple as adding coolant. You know, obviously, we didn't bleed the system, so I'm gonna drive around right now. Hopefully, it fixes the issue. We're gonna crank the heat, see if the heat will come on while we're idling, and hopefully it fixes it. Should be good to go. See if we can get some heat while idled here. It's getting a little cool, not gonna lie. All right, we got our coolant. A little more peace of mind knowing that, you know, we're not a little bit low. I'm gonna drive down the street a little bit just to kind of get the fluids going, you know, kind of warm everything up a little bit. These 350z's get up to temperature pretty quickly, so these people let me go. Yes, I'm going. Thanks, thanks. Let's see if it will give us some heat while we're sitting here at this light. I'm just gonna max it. Max heat right now. I'm still feeling it. Oh, it's starting to cool off. So the nice thing is that our temperature doesn't change, you know, like even when we're driving or even when we're idling. I haven't noticed the car getting like hot, like overheating or anything. So I think we're missing just enough coolant to where the heater's not working. Oh my gosh. So definitely gonna be bleeding the system very soon so we have heat at idle. But you know, while we're driving, we do have heat, which is not too bad. So the worst part is now I have like seriously 3/4 of a gallon of coolant that I don't need. Or like, actually, we probably still do need this when we bleed the system. I don't know how much we're gonna need. So we'll find out. This was $24. I'm not even joking with you guys right now. My SD card filled up back there and I was just gonna end it. But as I was pulling up, I sat here with the heat on, idling, and we're blowing hot air. Like, I'm not even joking with you guys. Like, we fixed it. It is blowing hot air right now. If your car is not blowing any heat right now, go check your coolant levels, you guys. You never know. It might just be as simple as adding 1 cup or 1.5 cups of coolant. So, oh man, I'm so happy that it's working right now. I've been having to, like, at night when I go and eat with my friends and drive through and stuff, like we'll park next to each other, but I have to like get in someone else's car now because like the heat hasn't been working. But now we're good, you guys. We're good. Awesome. I hope you guys learned something from today's video. I definitely did. I didn't think it was gonna be this easy. I thought I was gonna have to bleed the system for sure. Might still do it though, just because I feel like there might be a little bit of air in the system from the days we didn't have enough coolant there. So who knows? We'll see. I'm gonna check it out a little bit later. I'll look at the coolant levels and see if it's over max or if it's under min. and, you know, I'll add, you know, where it's necessary. But it seems like we've fixed the problem, which is awesome. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions or comments. And if you haven't subscribed, please join the family. We're about to hit 6,300 subscribers, which is seriously unbelievable. I mean, we hit 5K like last week sometime or something. I love reading your comments. I love replying to you guys. It's just an awesome family we've got growing here. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.